Good morning, Zathia. This is just for you. Hopefully this is the problem you wanted. Ooh, don't click on that. So this one, and the question was the part B, finding the minimum of G on that closed interval -4 to 7. Okay, so hoping this is right. Minimum for G on -4 to 7. And I think you're given, flip one more back, G of 1 is 4. Okay. So G of 1 is 4. We want the minimum for G on -4 to 7. Okay, so candidates, -4 and 7. Okay, and then since G prime is equal to F, G prime equal to 0, where F equals 0, that's X equals, other than -4, which we already have, X equals 1 and X equals 5. So 1 and 5 are two other candidates. Okay, so hopefully you're okay on where I got my candidates. Now, where do I get my values for the G function? All right. Another thing this problem tells me, since G is the antiderivative of F, okay, G is the antiderivative of F, right, and G of 1 equals 4, G prime equals the F function. So, I know that one's 4. The other ones, I can use the fact, even though G is not defined as a specific integral of F, G is the integral of F. So I can find G of any X by taking G of 1, which is something I happen to know, and then adding on the change in G from 1 to X. Okay, so n value from a given start value and the change, and we get the change in G by integrating F. Oops, like that F of t dt. All right, so that's the trick here. You're going to get these other values using areas, using a starting value of G is 1 is 4, and then adding or subtracting or whatever the corresponding areas that represent the change. All right, so I'm going to pop another page on here. I'm going to go view dual display because you can look at this a little differently if you're on a video, and I can make it a lot bigger. Okay, so if I want G of 7, for example, I can take G of 1 that I know, and I can add on the integral from 1 to 7 of the F function. Because what's happening on the graph, the area on the graph of F, between the x-axis and the graph of F, is the change in G. Now, when I go back to this graph, oops, let me make it bigger. We'll undo this off. Okay. Woo, look how big that writing is. Okay, so let's write some areas in here. This is half of a circle. So it's got a circle of radius of 2, so it's a half pi times 4. So this section is 2 pi. This triangle is 1/2, 2 times 2. That triangle is 1. This triangle, base of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, height of 2 times a half, so that's 5. All right. You got to pay attention to where they are. You got to pay attention to the signed areas of it all. Let's go back to dual page. Okay. So I can see my areas kind of written in there. So G of 7 is going to be 4 plus, from 1 to 7, I have negative 2 pi plus 1. So 5 minus 2 pi. Did I do that wrong? Yes, that's not 1. 2 times 2 is 4, and half of that is 2. Oops. This triangle is 2. I apologize. I knew when I wrote that answer, I'm like, that's not the answer. It was a 6. Okay, so that's a 2. So 6 minus 2 pi for 7. Okay. If I come over here, I'm just going to write this. So if I want g of negative 4, it's going to be g of 1 plus the integral from 1 to negative 4. 1 to negative 4 is backwards, and that area is under, so that's going to count as a positive. So this is going to be 4 plus 5. So this one's going to be 9. All right. This is definitely negative because 2 times pi is more than 6. So it's like 6.28. This is positive. We're going for the minimum. So far, this one's winning. Let's check out g of 5. So that would be g of 1 plus the integral from 1 to 5 of f of t dt. And so that's the 4 again plus just the circle. So 4 minus 2 pi, which is going to be smaller than 6 minus 2 pi. Okay, because this is negative. So this is like more like a negative 2-ish, and this is like negative decimal-ish, and that's positive. All right. So if we, and I will save this document and send this to you as well. Undo that. Okay, so we figured that negative 4's value was 9. That's x. And we figured out that this is 2. That 7 was 6 minus 2 pi. That 5 was 4 minus 2 pi. So the minimum of g is 4 minus 2 pi at 5 on the interval negative 4 to 7. Okay, hope that helps. No, it's not the prettiest set of solutions, but I think that gives you what you need. Okay, let me know.